Hi guys, it's Kathryn. I've got a little setup here so you can see the grids a little bit easier, so you won't get to see my mug, but you'll get to listen to me anyway. These are two basic grid sets that I use with my students and for personal stuff. So we're going to do like a spiritual, one for a spiritual grid and then one for a money grid, because who couldn't use money? So I figured everybody could relate to the money grid that we're going to do. So the first thing that you're going to need is this geometrical pattern, and it can be a natural one like this Fibonacci sequence right here. And that's the one that we're going to use for the spiritual one. Now, to give credit where credit is due, I have a CD playing in the background of Steve Halipren's Angel Music. So enjoy that, and there'll be a description in the credit, okay? So we'll start with the money grid. And what I wanted to do is to have some green stones. These are raw peridot, actually. And so what I'm going to do is focus my intention for bringing in money and success to this crystal grid. And then I'm going to envision kind of what I want to see on this grid. I want to use a citrine in the middle to create success in business type of ventures. So then I'll go about placing in a clockwise fashion, because we want to instill this with positive energy. I'm going to place these raw peridot around the citrine. Okay, I have some more over here. I want to get kind of big chunks, because I want to bring a lot of energy into the grid. Okay, so these are gonna all go around. Okay, so we've completed that. And then I want to accelerate the success in the middle throughout key points in this grid. So I have 4 citrine left, and I want to activate some key points in this grid. So what I'm going to do is start clockwise and just place these at key points. You see there's a little gap in there. That's where I'm going to place the citrines to give it activation, to activate it. And then I'm going to take a $20 bill, and I'm going to think about prosperity and bringing money in with this grid, and then I'm going to place that underneath this center stone here. Now we have to activate the grid, and I have a natural crystal wand. This is not man-made. This is a totally natural wand that I use to activate my grid. So how we're going to activate this is we're going to focus our intention and our desire for money and success, and then we're going to bring that out to the stones and touch each one back here to here, back to the center stone to here, back to the center stone to this, back to the center stone to this. And we're going to, what we're doing is pulling that energy from the center stone to each stone on this grid. We're connecting these. We're creating a web of energy. And all of these stones will work together energetically to align us with the energies that we need to complete this task of drawing money into what we desire to see our success. So this is a basic money style grid. You do not have to use the same stones that I used. You can research other stones to use. Like example, you could use green aventurine instead of the raw peridot because raw peridot is a little bit expensive. You could use citrine with the green aventurine. You could use green aventurine and raw emerald. Any kind of like green stone, or you can replace the citrine with small chunks of quartz crystal, and you can program those quartz crystals before you place them to give it extra energy and extra benefit. So now what I want to do is scoot this one aside, and when you set up your crystal grid, you want to leave it up as long as you are working with that. Now that can be a few days, a few weeks, or a month. It doesn't matter. If it gets into a long period of time though, you probably just need to like reactivate it every week or so just to keep that energy flowing and keep that energy fresh, because once you put energy in place, it will attenuate. And so it will lessen with time and attenuate. So we need to go in and reactivate it every now and then. So on this is going to be done a little bit differently just because it's a Fibonacci pattern. And in reference to a Fibonacci pattern, that definition is in your reading for the class. So we'll just go back and look at that. It's a sequence. It's a natural geometric sequence. So the center stone that we're going to use for this is a programmed quartz crystal that I dug myself in Hot Springs, Arkansas about 25 years ago. And to program something, you're just going to simply hold it between both hands and state the intended purpose. So the purpose for this crystal is going to bring me back into alignment with spirituality in the beginnings of my existence, and to keep me in line with all those things positive and keep me on the right path in life. Give me signals, give me omens to realign me in times when I stray off of my path. So now this crystal is programmed for that intended purpose, and we're going to place that in the center of this natural spiral. So the stones that I have to keep my spiritual self in alignment are selenite, and these radiate white light, and they are very spiritual. They're used in cleansing. And so what we're going to do with this, you see I have the smaller ones. I'm going to start here and just place those on the radius. Okay, on the radius of this pattern, okay? And I'm trying to go from shortest to longest, so just kind of look at them and measure them out. Now, they don't have to be linear. I just felt drawn to do it linearly, okay? So you don't have to do it like this. Okay, so that's bringing the energy out. Now, I'm going to do something kind of different, because at the end of pulling this energy out, I want to bring myself back to the beginning of my existence, which I was born on Midway Island. And so I have a piece of coral from the island and a piece of shell, mother of pearl. So when I'm putting these on here on the last two sections, what that represents to me is bringing myself back into alignment with the beginning, okay? So to start this one, we're going to think about our intended purpose. what the purpose is of this spiral, and we are going to go ahead now and bringing that energy from the center stone, which is programmed, out to each selenite, and we're bringing that web together and activating each of these gemstones with the intended purpose of the center stone. Okay? And then that's the last one, which is a coral. So that's just a brief look at how to place the stones and how to activate them. And I'll be glad to take any questions that you have. This video is going to be on YouTube also, so you can state any question that you have in the comments section and be glad to answer it for you. You guys have a great day. Kisses from Kentucky. Talk to you later.